Hello and welcome to another Bad Comic Review. This time we are looking at Return of Wolverine #1 from 2018 Marvel Comics, written by Charles Soule, pencils by Steve McNiven, inker Jay Lestine, color by Laura Martin, letterer was VC's Joe Sabino, cover art by Steve McNiven and Laura Martin, with a lot of variant covers by a whole bunch of different people that I don't feel like reading. So, I have the cover with him in the yellow uniform, which I think is the regular cover. So this issue is yet another part of the Wolverine storyline of him coming back that they've been milking for like over a year now. Alright, they're finally bringing Wolverine back though. He's actually in this, unlike all those Hunt for Wolverine stories. So we get a glimpse of his shiny new superpower of heating his claws. Seriously, he can warm them now. Maybe he makes toast on the side, kebabs, I don't know, it's stupid. He doesn't seem to have a memory, but he's killed a whole bunch of soldiers that have like this paw-like tattoo. I don't know what it's supposed to be. And he's injured. He's got an injury that won't heal. Otherwise, he seems to be healing just fine. He finds this black doctor guy who's some sort of scientist, and he gives him a quest, and then he's like, oh yeah, you gotta kill me. But then a grenade comes down and blows up right next to them, but that doesn't kill the guy, a piece of glass does. A giant saber-tooth tiger attacks Wolverine, and he has a memory flashback before a woolly mammoth kills the saber-tooth tiger and runs out. Well, obviously they're doing some sort of cloning. The Black Doctor guy called it de-extinction cloning, and Wolverine starts seeing reflections in pools of blood and on the walls where he sees previous versions of himself, and he conveniently finds a motorcycle with a machine gun, rides down, and gets himself knocked out again by somebody that might be Omega Red, but probably isn't. Since Wolverine's unconscious, he has this vision with this black lady who apparently is the person behind all this, and he's in some sort of prison where there's a bunch of different aspects of personality and knowledge of enemies and friends, I guess. And then he's woken by some lady named Anna who gives him a new mission, because this is written like a video game, and her son got taken by these guys from this organization. I believe it's called Soteria, something like that. I'm gonna go with Sotera. Anyway, and then Wolverine gets dressed up in his chef uniform and decides to go after these guys. His new uniform is either for infiltration purposes or something, but it looks absolutely stupid, and he really needs a haircut. His head does not match the size of his body because his hair is gigantic in this. That's the entire issue. It reads like a video game. It's incredibly linear. From point A to point B, then to point C. There's no nuance, no room for interpretation. There's nothing to the imagination here. We learn that the Sotera group is run by Persephone, who's the black lady from his dreams, and that's pretty much the entire premise. This was pretty lazily written, in my opinion. It probably would have been okay if it had been tightened up a little bit, and rated T for teen is fine. There's a little bit of forced swearing that's been blocked out, of course. Other than that, it's just very forgettable and mediocre. It's really like getting a quest in a video game. I think Mr. Soule did this for a paycheck and nothing more. It is not a memorable issue. It's not particularly interesting. The whole thing with Wolverine having memory problems is an old story going way back to when Claremont wrote the X-Men, and it's been done to death. It's so boring. You do something new. Why couldn't they just have a new adventure? And the heated claws thing is kind of dumb. It's in there for like 2 panels, but they've been hyping it for months. I don't care. It's stupid. The heated claw thing is dumb. I'm not going to recommend this issue unless you find it for $1 or less, because it was not worth more than $1 in my opinion. I paid cover price, and that was way too much money. At $5, I felt really cheated. The art is solid. I'll give them that. It's very action-packed, but it's got that same flair of watching somebody else play a video game, and it's not always that fun. This was the least amount of fun possible with all the proper elements there. But it's not the worst thing I've ever read. So like I said, if you find it for $1, maybe $2, pick it up then. But beyond that, I don't think it was worth cover price, and I'm not going to recommend it anything over $2. I don't think it's worth it. But that, as always, is just my opinion. Take that for what you will. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing so you don't miss future reviews. And if you want to help the channel out in other ways, Patreon link and Teespring links are in the descriptions. And as always, we hope to see you on the next one.